So today, basically, we had a class reunion because it definitely felt like that. And it was amazing. It was a very, very good feeling when I was preparing for it, when I knew that it's gonna happen. When I put it in the calendar, I had all sort of things in my head how it would go. It could go bad, it could go good. It could be boring, it could be this and that. I have all sort of scenarios running through my head, but I knew I need to go. Definitely, I not even for a second I thought that I'm going to miss this because it was very, very, very interesting for me. And when I say class reunion, because we were in the same situation but not in a classroom, we were sharing a house in London all those years ago, and like a good TV series, every single character, every single one of us had a completely different life path after it. So to be at the same table at the same place again, it was super interesting for me. So I knew I needed to go, and I needed to prepare for it because I kind of there's so many years, after so many years, so many things happened, and in my head I build up. It's not a story because it was real, yeah. So I build it up how in 5 minutes or even less than 5 minutes I can explain what happened to me in a nutshell, because there's so many things happened, and obviously I didn't want to talk for 2 hours straight, and I didn't want to make it about me because it was a class reunion basically, so everyone had to have the same time to talk a little bit about themselves and all that stuff, how we from that moment we lived together, we shared the house so many years, and being at the same table again, how everything happened, how all these decisions they made throughout the years, how they shaped their life, the good experiences, the bad experiences and all that. And it was so good. And one of the most important thing is that when it happens, these sort of reunions, that many times it could go in, I think the worst possible scenario is that everyone becomes like an ambassador, very diplomatic, very polite, very diplomatic, very distant. But here it was not like that. Everyone was talking, 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 and whenever someone said that it's boring or something, broke the circle and went to do something else and came back, and all that, it was so organic, so honest, and so good. Oh my god, it felt really good. Today was amazing. Sometimes nothing happens for weeks or even months, and then suddenly this week, every single day I have like some sort of social event, and it's good. I absolutely loving it. But I need to tell you about this, why I use the word class reunion, because that is the best way to describe. There are many countries on this planet. There are many cultures, even more cultures than countries in this planet. But London, when you come to London as a foreigner, you come to London, it's very special, the shared living situation here, because the rent is so high that if you don't share, especially in the beginning when you come here and you don't know English, you don't have any skills to offer to the society in return of a good pay, then you either you know someone here and you live with that person, or you have a family and you live with the family, or you get support from somewhere. Definitely you end up in a shared living. A shared living is not like what you see in an American TV series, that you have your own space or something like that. Oh, it's not like that. It here, there could be in a flat, which means one bathroom. In a flat there could be like 8, 9, 10, 12 people, or even up to, I lived in a house where there was like 17 people living, and everyone was working full time. And when I say full time, it's not always necessary 40 hours a week. It could be 60, 70, even more hours per week. So that is absolutely unbelievable. And the reason they do it, because they are saving money. So they are here for a limited, in London, in UK, they are here for a very limited amount of time, and they're looking for they are here to save money, because they're looking to get into the property ladder. They want to buy a house back at home, or they want to do a school, they want to do this and that. Everyone has a goal, and very rarely you see that people they didn't find job. But it happens that people coming from countries where there are no jobs at all, and that's why they come to London. But usually they have a goal in their mind, and that's why you live with 9 people. And I live like that for years and years. I lived like that for a very long time. And this is a very special situation, because it means that you share the kitchen, you share the bathroom, and you share your free time with people you would otherwise never come across. You would never be in the same room, like never, because you have completely different interests. For example, I never spend money on sports, and I live together with people who spend all their money on sports, going for marathons, going for different challenges, going for fishing trips, going for hiking trips for 2 or 3 weeks at the time. They're going up in the Nepal, up to the mountains and all these sort of things. I was always like sort of a completely different person. I would do city breaks. I would never do like a long holiday or anything like that. I would go city breaks, go to Lisbon, Barcelona, Paris, looking at the buildings, visiting colleagues, people I know, and then come back to London, and work the next day, which was usually Monday, and basically that's it. But some people has a completely different interest, and their friendship I value so much, and I would never meet with these super interesting people if there would be no shared living, because how would I meet them? It's like basically right now there is a place, what you call your home, and there's a workplace. There are no other places where you can meet people and you can make friendships at all in 2025. It's like basically in the last 10, 20 years it's completely disappeared. You don't know your neighbors, you don't know. It's like, oh, it's so absolutely amazing. The only way to make friends is through shared living. That's why I never meant even for a minute that I need to share the kitchen, share the bathroom with strangers, because I knew that I'm gonna make lifelong friends. It happened that I moved to a house where I did not like the people, but what I did in this situation, that I just called the landlord and I said it's not gonna work, and I'm gonna move. And I just moved to a place where I made a very good relationship with I built a very good relationship with the people there. And this is fantastic. If I look at my friends, all of them I know from work, either from work or from shared living situations. And this is what happened today. That basically it was like a class reunion. We lived together for a whole summer, for like maybe 4 or 5 months, years, long time ago, years and years ago. And then all of us went to different ways, completely polar opposite ways. All the decisions, everything was different, and the outcome of it was different. And again we sat down, and it was so good. I'm so happy about this today, and I'm really happy that when I was born in Hungary, in Eastern Europe, and I could go to so many places. So in the very first thing was Sydney, Australia, and then New York, USA, and then Berlin, Germany. And I choose to come to London, UK. And basically I've been here ever since. I went to different countries. I worked in 5 different countries, but most of the time I spent here in the UK, in London. And not sometimes it comes up that, was it a good decision to come here? What if, what might, what if scenarios, what if, how my life would turn out. would have turned out if I moved to Sydney, at the age of 18, or moved to Berlin, Germany at the age of 18. What are the differences, my personality and all that stuff. And, today, when we were sitting at the table, I said, okay, I'm very happy that I came to London and I met these people, because it's just so much fun to talk to people, being at the table, sitting with the people that otherwise I would have never met, because we are so absolutely different. There was only one thing in common with us, that we wanted to save money on rent. That's why we decided to move together and share the bills for a summer, for 3, 4, 5 months or something. It was so long time ago. I don't even remember how long we spent together. And yeah, today was amazing, except the weather. It was raining all day. Yes.